This morning, I will be doing a recap. A little bit about what's going on with me and how I am to help other people. I guess just by sharing my lovely presence. It's a beautiful morning. What do you think for today? Beautiful soul. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I shared energy like this and actually made a video. It feels kind of funky, but I know I can do it. It's something I've practiced so many times and repped it. But I haven't been practicing it, experiencing it lately. It's kind of my fault. I'm in a lot of pain every day. Like literally every day. So much so that it's discomforting to my soul to escape that feeling. For me to disidentify with it, I'm always feeling pain, and I'm always feeling like I am the pain, so it freaking sucks. 10 years. That's good enough. And it affects all my functions. So, even breathing, it's a challenge. Just living is a challenge. Choosing to walk right now with the dog. Bruno, did we want to do this? I don't know, man, but we're doing it today. And we're gonna enjoy it, eh? Oh yeah. Thank you for the kisses. Yeah, it's kind of unreal how my life has turned and changed and transformed and been rearranged by this thing that I cannot control, this monster inside my body. It's just slowly growing its limbs from this tiny little thing that is just absorbing all of my potential in some capacity. And this monster's inside of me trying to tear me apart. And oh, does it feel like, as I recently came up with a nice little description, imagine if you have a rubber band. A rubber band. Right? Just imagine you have braces, for example. And the braces are basically the joints within your body, right? These joints right here. Joint. Every single joint. And you pull this rubber band as if it's floss right in between your bottom teeth here. Now, around each single bracket, that rubber band is stretching, wrapped around, so that it can be a part of your muscles and your motor functions like this. And as you're moving, you are stretching that rubber band beyond its capacity. So, as many of you may know, I had a surgery at 13, and I found out freaking 8 years later, after going to so many doctors, that I had an entrapped nerve. And with this entrapped nerve, which is actually attached to my fucking testicle, this thing pulling through my teeth, it's pulling just a little bit. That's a little bit of fucking pain. But you can feel it. It's either sharp or it's dull. It dulls over time. Imagine pulling that rubber band wrapped around your joints, slowly but surely, a teeny bit more every single day. And imagine it's coming through your teeth, and it's stretching, it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and that band has the extreme potential and the capacity to snap at any time. Should you move it too forcefully in one direction or another, it can get sliced by those teeth, ripped off of your joints, and you can be done for. Absolutely done for. Yet, every day that you continue to survive, that rubber band gets tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, and more of it gets pulled outside of its normal condition of force. By force, you push yourself every day to push against the resistance, that which is tightening you and constraining you and trying to pin you down. And what that rubber band represents is the link of every muscle within the tissues of my body connected to my spine, which is pulling my spine out of alignment, which is affecting all of my organ control, because everything that's out of alignment has to do with how my brain sends messages to my body. And that pushes against my lungs. It pushes freaking out into my neck so that I cannot project and use my vocals appropriately. I cannot have my diaphragm when it's got so much pressure on it. There's no way I can use my talents right now to sing and all that, to rap, to really speak and project how I know my voice has the power to do. It's a bit of a handicap. I might even be hurting myself by talking this loud. I don't know. Maybe I'll have permanent damage on my vocal cords. I don't know. But I'm gonna fucking do it. Because I feel like it right now. I got this new phone. It's an old phone. But it's practically a new phone that was unused. So, it's got a little camera. It works. I feel energetically fresh for the new day. But this rubber band, it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter every single day, and it is breaking me down. And imagine if your movements, your body's all compressed, it's all tight, and it's all shriveled up with all the tendons. And it's getting so extremely hot. Like your body's burning on freaking fire. Your body's on fire because there's so much, there's like 1,000 pounds of pressure in between each and every joint when I move. And all that pressure that's built up is about to snap. It's about to rip me apart at any moment. And if it doesn't, then it certainly does a great deal of control to pin me the fuck down, to keep me from standing up straight on my own. So, spiritually, Bruno, you want to go that way? Or this way? You want to try? Okay. So spiritually, it's basically like all of this that I'm doing here, I'm forcing myself to move into the direction that actually pains me. Does it serve me? If I feel better, but there's no solution if I keep on going and pushing myself to try and be in control. So in a spiritual sense, I'm trying to stay upright, I'm trying to stay independent, I'm trying to remain in control and responsible for things that should be taken care of. I should be taken care of. Somebody should take care of me. Somebody should actually support me and genuinely care and be concerned about how I'm actually feeling. But I don't happen to get that. That's the really upsetting fault of my life, is that if I fucking grew up not having that, and most every consequential action after that has been without having actual genuine support that would be within my best interests to meet my unmet needs. Oh, it just doesn't quite happen that way. So I have to keep being in control and keep moving forward. It really fucking sucks, because at this point it's considered self-abuse to have to push myself to get up and keep on going. Oh my gosh, it fucking hurts. Look at all these beautiful birds though. So beautiful. Really nice to see. Pigeons, you know? Ooh, I want to talk about Stapleverse and pigeons and NFTs and all these things. I just name dropped. What? In my pain video? Oh, okay. Right on, man. Sniffy snappers. And if you can just think, your whole life, you want to have support unconditionally. You just want to receive, because there's no point in continuing to push yourself forward because people just don't care. Like, why would you operate on a level where you're trying to be exceptional beyond your current limitation of potential if nobody fucking cares to hear from you? Nobody cares how you're doing or how you're trying to help people and live in purpose. And I don't care about significance. Mind me. Maybe I should watch my language and say exactly what I mean. Nobody cares if you're okay. Nobody cares that you're well. Nobody cares that your well-being is actually healthy. And of course, People naturally want that for themselves, but if they don't want that for somebody else, I feel like I either have to be independent or I have to receive support. And I haven't quite gotten the support that I need, how I need it. So, in a spiritual sense, this child that is locked away in pain and isolation, who cannot really figure out how to do everything on his own, he's traumatized because nobody's there, nobody's home. And he feels alone. Nobody sees him, nobody understands him. They just don't care. They just come into his life, do what they need to do, and then step away. Same thing every day. And if not, they try and correct him and tell him how to be, how to live, how to feel, how to think, which is never healthy. Then that child grows up to be overly responsible for his emotions once he's actually healed and developed his own perception. And he tries, oh my gosh, it's actually really hard to hold this phone on this side. Like, it puts a strain on my body. And it's been like, what, 30 seconds? So, I just have trouble imagining receiving help on an unconditional level with love. Unconditional. Where I can get everything that I need, my needs met, and somehow, traumatically, this is healed, and my body, consequentially, will manifest whatever it needs to be able to be in an upright posture, healing a physical surgery, and a physical knockout of my spine, and 10 years of consequential damage that has interrupted my cycle to be upright, free. Unlimited potential. But I'm not my body. I'm not Mike. I am unlimited potential. And I'm living out this experience in this body, which is having pain. And I have to start viewing my life like that. It's so hard. But I have to understand that if I want to proceed, because I can't stop myself here. I can imagine. I really can. If I keep, now I can imagine this, if I keep not knowing what the next fucking thing is for my own personal evolution, just obviously in the direction of oneness, then I'm always going to be identified with this pain and that which does not serve me, and this dog that is just fluffily walking across the street astray. I want to keep going. Bruno, come on now, let's go. I don't want to deal with the doggy. Thank you. I don't want to deal with the doggy. No, I don't want to deal with Bruno. Come on, let's go. Bruno, come on. Oh, no. He did it. He did a cute moment. Oh. That is a big husky, man. He's big. You could very well escape, Bruno, if you wanted to. Sniff, 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 sniff. Look at the doggy. Oh, yes. No fights, big husky. Alright. Nice interruptions, eh? They're all part of the thing. Are we gonna walk down the street together? How cute. How cute you are. Okay. Yes. My body has to clear out from all this freaking toxicity, man. I really have to detox. Like, I don't do enough exercise. I don't move enough, which is really freeing, but also the more movement I do, the more my body becomes strict on me. It's like it's punishing me for trying to fucking get up and get the fuck up and keep on going. It's fucking really something else. The more I massage myself, the more I stretch myself, the more my body finds a way to pull down even harder. Even harder should I repair and heal in the wrong position that it's already in. It gets even worse. It gets in an even more constrained position. And for me to refrain from doing all that. It's so much easier. But then you keep getting a little bit worse. You feel more and more restrained, so you have to get up and you have to do something. And I'm not saying I'm doing absolutely nothing, but fuck, man, I haven't been able to sit down like for a consistent session and fucking work on something since May to June of 2019 when I made my movie, and I realized, oh fuck, this is the last time I'm going to be able to sit down like this for this long a period of time and be able to manage the pain. So I'm gonna make a fucking movie while I still can. Like, it's that fucking sad that movie was a 2.5-year personal growth documentary because I was basically at my end, and if I didn't get this fucking health solution, then I'd be done. And I feel 3 years later, less than 3 years later, 2020, 2021, 2022, we're 4 months off, about, because it's January 30th, 2022, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I really don't, because fuck, man. From that point, I went from a pain level of 4 every day to a pain level of 6, which is huge, really huge. I was 4 when I was homeless, turned into 5 coming out of it, and this past couple years have turned me into a 6, man. It's like every year to 2 years, it's like another pain level. At any moment, any given time, pain level 6. Can you imagine that? And your whole body's fighting against you. Not for traditional reasons, because somebody fucked up a fucking surgery. I'm not blaming somebody, but it's the reality. And nobody took responsibility for it. When I was a child, a young horny boy at the age of 13, I had a surgery on my testicle, and I couldn't be like, what the fuck is the problem? There's something wrong here. Mama, I need help. Let's go to the doctor, or let's do something. No, Michael, you're fine. You're not in pain. There's nothing wrong with you. You're gonna be okay. Completely invalidating my emotions. You have no testicle problem. Meanwhile, it's like oversized and it's painful and it's not hanging the same way. And I'm trying to show this person growing up throughout high school, look, Ma, there's something wrong with my body. What can we do? And she goes to the doctor and takes the doctor's opinion, who pushes it off and doesn't want to take responsibility for my shit, just like every other doctor after him. 8, 9 years, 10 years, 10 years. And everybody denies my pain and does not give me the support I need. Yet I still have to get the fuck back up and keep on going. Do you know how easy it is to get pissed off at that? I'm not pissed. I'm not angry. It's a low vibration. It's good if you're in fucking depression to move into anger, right? It's a better feeling than being depressed, needing absolute deep rest. I don't need that in my life, but fuck, man. If it keeps on going like this, I might just need that deep fucking rest, yo. Admit to all this bullshit about how fucked up this society is, man. Oh, I was so pissed when I made 3 fucking GoFundMe. 3! And I hardly got any help. Some people did, but I didn't get the fucking help I needed. And now my body's at a place where it's like irreparable by most possible means of actual physical intervention, which I wanted to pay for a surgery with the GoFundMes, possibly chop off one of these nuts here. And fuck, man, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. So that tight rubber band that keeps on pulling, it's like halfway through. If you can imagine, you got a rubber band wrapped around all your joints here, and it's burning on fire with 2,000 pounds of pressure, multiple tons of pressure, man. Okay? Between all these fucking joints, when you move, it's like, oh my gosh, all this pressure. Half that rubber band is pulled through, and it's all wrinkled up. Of course, if you put tension on something, then it's going to develop like cysts or calcification between that band, right in between all the joints. Imagine this is a bracket in your teeth, and this is another bracket. You know, braces, right? So this band in between, right in the center, it's going to develop some sort of calcification because it cannot stretch, and I don't know if amiable is the right word, but be pliable how it needs to within each joint when you move. So it's pulling against itself and it's tightening, and it's developing this consistency of not being able to move how it needs to move, so it gets a maladaptive, right? And then you have to move around that maladaptive nature, compromising your actual bodily composure so that you can continue to function, but you're never moving in alignment with how you're supposed to be moving. So your body's fucking burning up with several tons of pressure pushing against it, and it's on fucking fire, and you're putting yourself through fucking hell, and nobody fucking validates what the fuck you're going through. Nobody believes you actually have a problem. Everybody just fucking sucks ass. I've been dealing with that long before I was 13. Otherwise I wouldn't have manifested that within my reality to fucking have my most sensitive parts of my body, my fucking genitals, man, being like, this is my most valuable thing that I could give to a girl at my age. So mommy, can you give me your attention? Can you actually be with me in my pain? Because I feel isolated and I want to feel like somebody can meet me where I'm at. That strategy for this manifestation did not fucking work. So I go through another 10 years of that, and the rest of society isn't too great at it either. But you know, there are some people that are good, that will validate your pain appropriately and actually want to help you, and I'm looking forward to that wholly. I'm looking forward to building the family. My gosh, I am so looking forward to it. That's good. My energy ought to be fucking feeling the family, man. Feeling whole, feeling complete. Also feeling like I'm a soul. I'm not this role or this body or this Michael who's has an identity as an emotional freedom coach or a dancer or an entertainer or a performer, an artist or a singer. I am not Mike. I'm unlimited potential, unlimited possibility. Completely free. Don't have to be an identity. Let's figure that out. It's part of the answer. Then I can feel something that is completely beyond me. And whoo-wee, continue to live my life. Because you know I want it. I don't want to die. There's so many different complications to what I'm experiencing though. And that rubber band is halfway through, but there's a ton of crinkles on the tight part of the band, a ton of crinkles on the excess that's been pulled through, which is basically, if you can imagine, you know, that little tiny pin of pain that was tugging on my testicle for a long time, man. That little bit is pulled all the way through all this tissue, and it's like bleeding on it on its way out in whatever you want to call it. And the rest of my body's being pinned. It's so absurd. You know, I try and go to sleep at night, and I have extreme fucking trouble. Really extreme trouble falling asleep. You do not want to know the things that I have to do to fall asleep. And it pains me so much. I can't even comprehend what I was even trying to say. It hurts so much, man, and I have to find a way to relax my body to fall asleep. It's so uncomfortable. I don't know how I'm going to continue to do this, man. I have to find... There's no comfortable position. Quality of life is just... So, I want to be within the scope of my control, right? You know? I don't want to be out of control and taken care of, but obviously you can't live that whole thing. It's a false reality, but also experiencing the opposite might help me heal in some capacity. I don't know, dude. Like I've tried to work with miracles and heal my body and do all this spiritual work and all these processes and shit, and fuck, man. It just, none of it pulled through. It might have, it just, too much, man. Too fucking much. But you know what? I got a lot of respect for myself through doing all that. How was it even possible to go through all of that? And I mean all of that. Unscathed? No. It made things harder, but also better, and I learned some things. Kind of the point of it. How am I going to make it now, though, is a real fucking question. How am I going to manifest abundance when I've always been at the surface, right on the edge, not exactly getting what everything that I would want, but just meeting the little bits that I need? How do you move into something more, completely beyond your current scope of the world, your potential? You gotta start thinking differently and actually experiencing differently. I stopped somewhere. For the most part, I stopped since 2019, and it really sucks. I was 20 years old, about to turn 21, and I knew what I was supposed to be doing here. It took me 2 years to figure out what I was supposed to, what my purpose is. And I wanted to execute on it. I did what I could within the last breath of my potential and my health in these moments to dance and take classes, and then learned I was not only a dancer but also an entertainer, performer, artist, and singer. And just that alone. Moving on to the next phase. It's just, I got stuck, man. I became homeless, so. And then my attitude's like, nobody actually gives a fuck. You know, I make a story movie, 69 freaking days of me reposting the exact same stories day by day from 1 year previous, 2019 to 2020, in some of the most crazy things and stunts that I did in my progression. I mean, I started my speaking, I started being an emotional freedom coach, I made a freaking movie, I made an album, I became homeless. Like, during this 69 days of making these stories, I reposted them every day from the previous year. And it took 69 days until somebody spoke up and said, hey, what's going on here? Are you reposting stories? Nobody fucking cared. Oh my gosh. So then I was just like, I'm free. You know, I really don't care what you think. I don't care to validate, you know, myself through you. So my care to be understood is really about me. It doesn't need to be about we. And I learned something there. And also I stopped giving a fuck. Not that I really gave a fuck about what other people thought earlier, but I stopped giving a fuck about me. In some capacity. I only began to operate when somebody else was there and I could help them, and they actually genuinely saw into me and cared. I could take care of myself and them when I felt like I had support. It's like being on a ship and steering to the side, which really, this is a really sucky scenario. You're not supposed to do this, right? But this is a really sucky scenario. You, with your ship, have to stop by these islands to meet somebody who will see you and be with you and accept you as you are, so that you can feel whole as you are with them. But you stop by these islands and you never really embark on your real adventure, because you're always looking for these people, man, to help you, right? And until you can get that kick back for that feel that you are on track as you're going, you will stop by these islands and never embark on that adventure, because you're trying to have somebody accompany you that may not necessarily even belong with you, and you don't have that partner in this crime. I'm not saying it's crime, but an awfully good time with you at the helm, which is basically the wheel of the front of the ship, standing by, supporting you as you proceed. They're with you. And they're helping you make the calls and do all these things and supporting you along this adventure, this worldwide adventure that you're about to embark on, the greatest thing you've ever done. But instead of doing that and allowing the right person into your life, you are stopping. You are stopping, and you are stopping for other people. And it's just, it's an unmet need. It sucks. But that's kind of been what I've been like, especially with these health challenges, because I need fucking support, man. Like, for me to go and try and control this life in 10 years of I'm surprised I've made it this far, and I don't think anybody else would have been able to make it this far with these conditions, simply because my body is built like that of an extreme martial artist. And if my spine were not as flexible as it is, I would be fucked. So, and I tried the dance route, and, it's also similar, but martial arts is my number one talent. If I were to activate that, I would be insane. Not that I want to, but it is one path of potential for my life. If I were to be healed and have my body in the right, it might be really insanely fun, because I would kick ass. So that's why I've survived so long. And if I'm to really do this thing and actually give a shit about my life and other people, I have to feel somehow inspired that I'm doing something meaningful, that somebody's supporting me, that I'm making all this worthwhile, that my life has meaning beyond my own comprehension, So that's where I'm doing this stupid thing of identifying with myself and remaining within the comprehension of the reflection of other people. I've moved through that phase already. I'm supposed to be collaborating and becoming all that I am. I'd really like to do that, I just didn't feel it was right to do until I'm okay. And I know that's a lie, it's bullshit, because you gotta fall in love with the process. It just is a real challenge having health challenges. I don't know how many people can relate. Being in isolation, nobody caring. It's becoming more of a harsh reality, day by day, for many more people. And I just hope that you find this experience relevant and you find some way to do something about it, because if you can tackle it early, something could more easily be done. Or if you learn the things that you need to learn and educate yourself, somehow draw out from within the truth, the answers, you can be free. I don't exactly know everything I need to know right now, but I've never been told it. I read some cool shit. But, yeah, you can learn in a completely different way. And I would like to explore learning beyond me, because some of the things that are going to be happening are incredible. And I'm looking forward to the futurity of it.